Welcome in, everybody. I'm Queen Leo, and yes, I am in a building. And today, I just want to discuss: is the LGBTQ community being pushed in society's faces too much? Now, I know. I am an LGBT woman. Yes, I'm an LGBT woman, and I have a son myself. And I just want to get everyone's opinion just on about just how you feel about the LGBT community right now. And I want to be clear to all my LGBTQ that I am thankful and grateful of the place we are in today's society right now. We are able to get married, we are able to do a lot of things, so I'm very, very pleased with that. My thing is this: I was just having a discussion with, you know, two of my good friends, and we were just discussing the new Nas X video. Excuse me. Great video. Great video. And as an LGBT person, I'm sitting there like, yes, King, yes, kill it, kill it, kill it. What's up, Donna? What's up? We just talking. I'm just doing an intro right now, Queen. So I basically wanted to just discuss, like I was saying, I was discussing with a few of my friends about the new Nas X video. It's a video of him, you know, being who he is, opening up, letting his LGBT shine. And I mean, he shine in the best way, and I loved it. I'm sitting there like, yes, King, yes. Go out there, do your thing, and shine. And as me and my friends, we jump into the conversation of, you know, will it be backfire and controversy from that video? Now, in the video, like I said, he's being him. He got his lace front on. He got his nails. He's doing his thing in the video. But as an LGBT parent, and I'm speaking to one of my LGBT male friends, we're discussing the controversy behind this. Now, we all know when we look at this video, they're going to judge this young man about many different things. I said, I wouldn't allow my son to watch the video because I feel like it's too much for our young kids to see right now. Like, I know LGBT, we are free, we're able to marry and everything like that, but it's stipulations too. Now, let me see if I can ping my friend into this conversation real quick because it's very important that he joins. But it's, we are able to be free and, marry and do all this, but they're representing us in such a promiscuous way that I don't feel like it's okay because we want our kids to learn, yes, about the LGBTQ community. We want them to feel open and free and accepting of, for everyone else to accept them or them to feel like they have a place in life in the LGBT community. But if if the society is just promoting promiscuity, and I feel like they're kind of demasculating our men sometimes, because when we look at movies and all this, it's never a good representation of a black man or a good representation of a man. It's always they gotta put him in dresses or he gotta do something feminine to make that star role in that movie. And we started to get into an argument as to, oh well, this is the problem now where us as gay men can't represent ourselves or be in a place in society because he felt like I had a definition of what a black man should be. And I'm not saying I have a perception of what a black man should be, but a man is a man first before anything. And that's how I feel. Let him become who he is whole before you promote and put all this promiscuity and sex and gay sex in front of these kids' faces.
I agree, but I disagree because in society, I'm I'm sorry, I just woke up, girl. I've been up since I was out till 3 something this morning.
You enjoyed yourself?
No, I do DoorDash at night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, making money, girl. I'm trying to make my money. I'm going to Costa Rica.
Ooh, okay, Queen.
Yeah. So I think they promote it with not those thoughts of that they're putting any type of promiscuity, any promiscuous, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the promiscuous behavior.
Yeah, behavior. To me, I don't know. I'm open about it. I don't care who you are and things like, but you can't tell. I know you don't want to promote it to your son or show him or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have explained it to him.
Oh, of course, because I'm an LGBT woman, so he's living that lifestyle.
So why would you want him to watch this and explain to him that it's not they're not promoting it or anything, but it's something that he's going to see eventually.
Yeah, you know what, Donna? To be honest, I found out my sons know more about the LGBT community than I do, and he's 13. I didn't know, and me being in LGBTQ, I wasn't, I was closeting everything that I was allowing him to see because I didn't want to put it in front of him as if, this is what he had to do. I wanted him to take his own path. But I learned that he knows a lot more about the LGBTQ than I do because, these millennials, these Gen X kids, they're on it. What I'm saying is when I look back at it now and I look back at all the shows now that are now being, found out had a lot of gayness in it. It's just too much. You got the TV shows, you got the songs, you got the music. They on social media is gay this, gay that. It's not I would feel more comfortable if it was a learning process to where they would be putting it out a little at a time and educating them. They're just putting out promiscuity of it and not really teaching our young kids about the LGBT community and what it is and how they feel. And if they were a person that didn't understand, I know it's a few movies, but not enough. But I can point out a lot of movies to where they're just putting a man in and making him, act in that character or be that person and not really explaining the whole narrative of it all. Yeah.
One of the series where they had. I don't feel as though there should be any type of stipulations on them showing it or anything because they do the same thing with sex.
Yeah, and that's what my friend was saying.
Every picture you turn on play that has some type of sexual section, some type of sexual episode or some type of sexual thing. So what is the difference if they're showing LGBTQ? I mean, there's no big difference.
No, it's not. In the video, right? In the video that Nas X just put out, he's dressing in like feminine. He got his nails, the tight suit. He got his lace front, and he's gyrating on men and being sexual as what a gay guy would do. You understand? And he's gyrating on the devil, as he gets sitting down to hell. Because you say, all gay people go to hell. So he, descends down from the earth to go to hell. And then he starts gyrating on the devil and everything like that. And again, I love it, because it's allowing him to be free. But when you think about it, as a parent, and do I want my son to see this? I'm a little like, I don't really want to because, my son is already curious already as it is, with just him just admitting, well, I'm curious about what's going on. And all I see today is just most of these kids is being persuaded over to the gay side and not really having real men role models to represent them in the right manner, because all our men are being represented as being locked up or in jail or dead.
We just talked on this subject last night about how our black men are so broken because they come from broken homes.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't. I mean, I don't see. To be honest with you, I think your son probably already seen the video.
Yeah.
Because these kids are so. I bet your 2-year-old probably YouTube this shit.
Yeah, and seen it already. They got they fingertips is on it, you know, like porno, everything like that. You know, things that we didn't have when we were kids. You know, you could just type in a word and then boom, it's there.
Right, because it was so hidden, we weren't allowed to speak. You know that.
Mm.
So it was certain things we were allowed to do, certain things we were not, and we were scared to death. We had that fear of guidance, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Now, it's so open, I don't feel as though anything should be hidden from anybody.
Right.
What video are you talking about?
Yeah, the Nas X, he has a new video out. I forgot the name of it, but if you look it up, it's gonna pop up to where he's just representing his gayness in the fullest. And I mean, I loved it so much because again, you never had a black man in drag besides RuPaul that was popular, that was able to get to the community and be like, it's okay to be who you are, because I'm this, I'm famous, and this is how, you know, I am, and I'm gonna, even if nobody would accept me or not. So he's the new RuPaul from, it looks like, from the video. And like I was saying, the speculation, yeah, is gonna be hard because there's a lot of parents that don't want their kids to, as me, turn on the TV and just see nothing but gay, 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 gay every time they turn the channel. I want him to have some diverseness. And pushing, I want the LGBTQ to be represented in more of a positive manner than just putting us out there as sex symbols. Because that's not what we are. And I don't want my son to take that and be like, okay, well, this is what being an LGBT person is being promiscuity and, just being out there, being feminine and anything like that. Because just like I told him, you can be gay and still be masculine. You don't have to be what society wants you to be. And this is where, if we have the room to teach, or we have the platform to show or explain how it really is in the LGBT community, we need to step up and take that option and not just promote sex and all that, because that's not all it's about. Right, and it's always a quick sex thing, and then if the person catches out, either contracts HIV or something like that, we have to do better. If we are going to open up these doors for the next generation, we have to do it in a proper manner. Yeah. I'm a no label LGBT. I don't like labels whatsoever. So I can understand that. I'm just so cautious. I'm walking into this so cautious. Right. They always have to do a performance or something and then back to where you go, they're labels. Right. So it's a struggle, I guess, it's a struggle. It definitely is, and I want my son to be at a clear understanding of what he can enter into, as if he chooses to be in the LGBT community, and it be represented and introduced to him in the right manner. And I know it causes me to take the right steps as a parent to introduce him to the right things, which I'm trying to do, but I can't beat the internet. You understand me? Like I cannot beat the internet, and with what they're showing on the internet and everything like that, it's just so much promiscuity, and either the men is locked up or dead or in jail. Let's put some shine on these lawyers, these doctors, these construction workers, these men that are actually out there working and being something in their own lives. Even the gay men got jobs too. Let's not just put them in this one closet and be like, that's what a gay man is. And that's all I'm trying to explain. Like, because it's so many other doors that a gay man stands in that they shouldn't be shut out as to one thing, and that's being sexualized. Because that's all I see our men doing is being sexualized, and it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Donna, by the way, I am recording this on YouTube. Is that okay for you? I'm doing his voice is vocal, so it's just not but vocal. Yeah, that we definitely.
What is the word I'm looking for,
What? What were you saying?
I am
Non-phobic.
Right. I don't have a problem with anything like that. Now, what I do have a problem with, and I'll explain it to you, because I have a problem with the dramatics that comes with it. I have a big problem with that, and I see a lot of our black men who are bisexual, sexual, gay, whatever. They always feel as though they have to make a point. They have to get a point across, especially when they see people of different, nationalities. I mean, of the same nationality. Like, I'll give you an example. I went into the store. It's one of our local fast food restaurants around here. And there's a young gay black guy. He's about no more than 22. And as soon as I walked in the door, he started performing. It was Caucasian people in there prior to me. It was 3 other people in there. But as soon as I walked through the door, you can see the change. Because he felt as though he had to get his point across to me.
Yeah.
And you can feel that vibe. I'm a vibe person. I can feel a vibe. And I can tell, like, you don't have to, like, he had these long blonde braids, and then he proceeded to start switching around and, oh, girl, and all that. I don't need all that. I know who you are. I respect who you are.
Correct.
I don't have a problem with that, but a lot of these black men are so stigmatized to where they think they have to make sure you know that they are part of the LGBTQ.
Yes, and even taking it as far as getting into altercations with females. Now that's another big thing, and I want to touch base on that, and I know I'm going to get backlash from this, but gay men, it is not okay to put your hands on a female just because you're gay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The strength is different. Regardless if you're transitioning to a woman or anything like that, your strength level is different from a female. You putting your hands on a female will hurt her more than her putting her hands on you. And I think as when y'all walk around and make sure that y'all get into these fights with these females, it just shows the less of a person you are as a gay person. Because because you're gay doesn't mean, oh, you automatically got to be into these fights with these girls. And that's just a trending thing now, where I see these gay men beating up women. Why is that okay?
That's the part I have a problem with. I have a problem with the violence, and the performance. I can't get with it. I'm sorry. That's when I become, I just get angry about it.
Yeah.
And then I can't, I have a few gay male friends. And, now that, I'm older, I learned to respect that. That's fine. But you don't have to do all that. I remember one of my male gay friends, because I told him he couldn't come in the house. He performed. He was kicking the door and talking. Get your bitch and this and that. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous.
How I feel is I know that these men and these young gay men, they are getting their role models are Carly B, Megan Thee Stallion. They looking up to these feminine women, and they're thinking that ratchet behavior is what gay men is to be represented as, and it's not. It's not whatsoever. Just as they think studs are or dykes are men, or we want to be men. I don't want to be a man whatsoever. It's a misconception that we have. And what I'm saying is this society and the entertainment business continues to push this narrative, and it's continuing to be a generational curse. That's where the problem lies at, people. It's going to continue to be a generational curse if we don't break it. Yes, I accept all my gay men. And yes, I want us to be on TV shows. I want us to be on music videos. I want us to do it all. Even trans. I want them to do it all. But at the end of the day, it's a level of respect that you want to carry yourself as, because we are just opening the doors of the LGBT community. We are just being able to get married and do all this. Just the way they gave it to us, they can take it away. It's something that they're holding over our heads, like they're toying with us. And if we don't do what they say or act how they want us to act, which is ratchet, promiscuous, and putting all this in front of our kids, and instead of actually educating them about being LGBT and what they feel and how they feel, they're just showing them that. And that's not the way to go. And as parents, we have to step in and change that narrative, because it's not okay. I'll be damned if I see my son cursing out a girl, bitch, what? I don't care, gay or not. You are a man, and you represent yourself in that manner. I can't tell you how to be a man, but I can tell you what I won't accept and what I will accept. Because it's getting crazy out here. How many fights you see with these male gay men and these females? That is domestic violence, people.
And the whole thing about it, the crazy part about it is they're putting it on YouTube and all that. Like it's a joke. It's really not a joke.
No.
And that's where the LGBTQ community is losing respect. Because of these men like that, the gay men that wants to fight women and scratch them up and all that. Nobody wants to go through that.
Nobody.
You get allowed to be a controversy and just like that.
Exactly. And the judgment. And you're right about that, Donna. The judgment. In the workplaces and everything, we gotta carry ourselves in the highest manner ever, because we it's like we got the awards and finally walk down the red carpet. But are we gonna take advantage of that? Are we going to keep on disrepresenting ourselves and allowing society to disrepresent us? Because by accepting these roles, people, that you are allowed to play on these shows and everything like that, you are allowing yourself to be represented in that manner. Because you may think that people can differentiate, TV from reality, but it seems like all people are following is what they see on TV. So that's exactly right.
And then also it brings a lot of confusion to the kids. The kids that's growing up that do have ththose, sorry, I'm trying to get something out of my closet.
No, it's okay.
That are, becoming part of that community. They think that this is the behavior that has to be addressed. Not addressed, but they have to act a certain way.
Exactly.
Part of that community, and that's not it.
Exactly.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have feelings for it. I have deep feelings about it because you are supposed to walk around here and be who you are. Without any type of judgment or any type of criticism.
But we cannot get that if we're not representing ourselves in that manner.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't think
about that. Your next room should really be on that because when I think about what we would, the men putting their hands on women, disrespecting them and cursing out, just because you feel as though that you're in a space that you're not comfortable, you don't do that to people.
exactly. It's not how you represent yourself in the LGBT community if you want to be accepted. How have you been, Queen? Like it's been I know we've been up off here for a couple weeks. It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, I've been good. I've been working on my mental health, trying to, every day is a struggle, just trying to get through it.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to that.
Where you at again in New York? Is it nice out there?
Yeah, it's definitely the weather is definitely getting nice, and it's time to get back into the motivation, the positive, the affirmations, and doing what we do best.
Yeah, it's a nice day when I get up to see sun.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's all about positive thinking. I just wanted to bring this topic up because, like I said, I was talking to one of my LGBT gay male friends, and we had this discussion, and I don't think he understood what I was trying to say. He just wanted to explain that if it's straight sex out there and all that, it should be men should be able to gyrate and do that on shows and TV and everything like that, which I can understand, but it comes to a certain level when it's not being taught in the right manner.
Right. Yeah. A lot of he's not gonna understand it. He's not gonna agree with you.
Yeah, it is always open for discussion, and he is up here, so I'm open. I'm open to hearing a lot more people's opinions about it, and just tune in, people.
As you being, LGBTQ advocate, and me just being a regular person, that is a good subject to open up for discussion because it's and I want you to bring that to the platform too about the men, this their actions. They have to be accountable for that. It's just crazy the way our black men, the perception they give off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not all of them because I have a lot of male friends in the LGBTQ that don't represent themselves like that. They're professional.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But it's so much because a lot of this comes from broken, poverty-stricken. When you see that, you can what I told you when I went to the store and he started performing and all that.
Yeah.
When you see that, it's mostly in our black communities.
Because they screaming. It's a scream for help. It's a scream for them. See me because I'm here. But we see y'all. We see y'all, and we need y'all to see yourselves. Because it doesn't take a person to be like, okay, I noticed that you're gay. You're a gay black man. Okay, what else do you want them to do after they acknowledge that? Nothing is going to change that.
But see what happens, they're so beat down in the community once they show who they really are that they feel as though they have to make they have to prove to people of who they are. And you don't. You can be the quietest person to sit in the corner and be part of that community. And I can still, me, not being of that community, I can still respect you as if you were. But you have to respect yourself.
Exactly.
But they're not taught that because when they actually come out, and I'm one of them too, because I'll be like, I had to stop myself from that now. I had to stop myself from that because it was so bad because I started judging them the way my friends act. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The kick in the door and all that, the first thing you say, you're just a fucking faggot. You know what I'm saying? But you have to stop that because it doesn't allow people to be who they are. And then they shelter themselves away. And that's when all this, the promiscuity and everything, that's when that starts becoming a problem.
Right. Because they didn't know how to express themselves at that point when they needed to.
Right, but if they did try to, then you have me come along and be like, oh, you're just a fucking faggot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem too. Now that I'm working on self-care and I'm starting to look at myself, because that's where you have to start at. Depression, all that doesn't come from, it can be triggered from other things, but I noticed it comes from within you. I had to, 2 weeks ago, I had a really, really, and I'm saying this because I'm going to get to a point. I had a really bad meltdown, and I couldn't tell you why. Kept saying, what's wrong, Mom? What's wrong, Dad? What's wrong, Mom? What's wrong? I couldn't tell nobody why, but guess what? I had to go back to my childhood. I had to revisit my childhood in order to. So then that also brings out to me how to respect levels. Do I want to treat people the way I was treated as a child? Hell no. Do I want to treat people of other communities, other descendants, other whatever your choice is? Do I want to treat people like that? Hell no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a hurtful thing. It's hurtful.
Them generational curses.
Yes. The way you look at it, it's a very hurtful thing. So you call it the way you see it. It's just respect out of respect.
Yeah.
And so, I think maybe, I would like for you to do a YouTube on that, on respecting the community. Regardless of what you come from. That means I can go around and disrespect the Arabic community.
Right.
That means I can go around and disrespect the Russian community. There's certain things you have your limitations to.
She definitely got a point. Boundaries and respect is the main thing that we need to start initiating. Because again, LGBT is not a phase.
Right.
This is who we are. And to misrepresent us just because it's a trend and you want everybody to jump on a wave, I think it's not fair. Because everyone is not like what you represent us as.
Right. But as soon as, it is so funny because as soon as I go into different places, you can actually, like I said, I vibe. So I can already see, that if there's a gay female or a gay male, as me not being in that community, you can kind of see it.
Yeah, your gaydar be on.
Right, but a lot of it is based on that behavior.
The way they present themselves.
Right. Even when I went to Applebee's, I sat down to eat one day, and this one he started talking loud and performing, and I said, nah, I don't want to eat here. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be something that you're not.
Because you don't have to. We don't have to do the extra. Because you know what? We are special already. People, we are special already. And just our presence will represent that. If we represent ourselves in the right way. You are right, Queen.
Whatever people's preference is, that's their business. I don't care. But one thing I can do, and you can call me judgmental or whatever, I do have a problem with that. And it's mostly in my black community. And it's very hurtful because when you go into a place and there's white people there, or people, or not even white people, just people that's not like me.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. When you go into a place and you see a lot of people that's not like me, and you see that one person, gay female when they were allowing us to eat inside. And I was eating. And my waiter came up. It was a Caucasian. He had on nail polish, had his little eyebrows done. He said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. I'm here to serve you. How can I help you today? Is there something I can start you off with, drinks, whatever?" He didn't perform. But then when I looked across the room, there was one that looked like me. "Oh, girl, let me tell you, he wanted this on his drinking." Why?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Why is the extras?
Why? Why did he have to wait till I sat down?
You know what? They look for that. They look for that support. You know, it's like the unacknowledged head nod that every black person give each other when we notice each other walking down the street, and I see you, we give a head nod. I feel like it's that when a gay person is in a room, it's about confidence. In order for them to feel 100% confident in themselves, they feel like they have to put on that show. Like it's always drag time. And it's not. Be who you are. You will get more respect as that than to put on the show.
But I don't think they know how to be who they are, because like I said, it starts back in the home.
Yeah. And and that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because in a home, if we're just allowing them to see what the gay people are being represented as, the LGBTQ is being represented as on TV or the internet, they're not going to get a real understanding of it.
Right.
We need to be teaching them the deeper part of the LGBTQ. Why LGBTQ even started? Why are we having these feelings? Why do you feel attracted to another person? Not just, oh, this is what you do. You're supposed to ride on the dick, this, that. Like, my kids shouldn't be hearing about that shit in this song, the guap, sloppy 3000. And it's so much promiscuity that when our kids get a certain age and they start having babies at a young age, babies having babies, then they get beat down and ridiculed about that. These black men having all these babies and not there because they locked up in jail dead, then they ridicule about that. But what is society showing them, which I'm saying, which is the internet, which is the TV, which is these magazines and all these celebrities, what are you really influencing these kids to do today? It ain't about investing or anything like that. It's just about, oh, you got to be, if you a feminine gay man, you got to make sure you up in these bitches' face sucking my bitch just what, we got it popping. And I don't feel like, being feminine is a problem, but I feel like when it comes to starting to disrespect women and putting your hands on them, belittling them, snatching their weave off, and doing all that, that's when you're being disrespectful. That's when you're taking it a little bit too far, bro.
Yeah, that's where a line needs to be drawn.
You need to check yourself. Everybody ain't perfect. Everybody got issues and flaws and everything like that. But when it comes down to gay men putting their hands on women, that is my biggest issue in the LGBT community to date. I know I was talking about Lil Nas X and his little video being all sexy, but we're going to forget about that. Because the biggest problem today is these gay men putting their hands on these females. Like, we don't equal up, bro. We don't. Even me as a dyke, a stud, whatever y'all would aggressive, whatever y'all would represent me as, I ain't no label. I don't care about what y'all call me. I ain't me. But me and a gay man fighting, it still wouldn't equal out. You are a man.
Masculinity isn't there with you.
Exactly. You are a man. It doesn't equal out, and it is not fair. And for you men to, and I know that y'all gonna comment because this is YouTube. I'm gonna wait a week and I'm gonna hear it. Y'all men gonna be like, oh, but I'm a transgender. I'm a female. Y'all are not, just because y'all had a surgery saying that now y'all are females because y'all got female parts. Y'all strength are still there. They didn't take your muscle away. They didn't take that testosterone away. Even though Let's get it correct. They did once you started taking them shots. But you still had that strength. So regardless or not, you still a male. Like, you can't be putting your hands on women. And I'm not saying that it's the transgender one, because I don't really see the transgender women getting into fights with females too much. I see the gay men, the feminine gay men, always out there trying to drag a bitch. Why? How do y'all think that's cool? That's not equal.
Yeah, I have a bad problem with that, and the performance thing. That's the only thing that I have a problem with that. I mean, if I think that's a good title to bring to your platform now.
Yeah, we definitely.
Very good title.
Listen, this was a beginning. This is my first YouTube, but guess what, Donna? We gonna get back in touch, back on top of this, and that is gonna be my second topic in my second YouTube. Why do gay men feel it's okay to put their hands on females? Okay. And I want everyone to tune in. Make sure y'all comment, and thank y'all for joining into the Bold and the Brave and the Ugly Truth. This is Queen Leo, and I'm out. All right, Donna.
All right, baby. I'll talk to you
later. It's very important that we bring awareness to the LGBT community and some of the LGBT community issues. Like I said from the beginning, I love Lil Nas X video. I supported. He, bring the LGBT out, and he was wearing it well indeed. But me as an LGBT parent, I will, make sure that I can't even try to make sure that I make, my son doesn't watch the video, because, it's the internet. He's going to see it anyway. But I would rather him not see that as of yet. I would have rather, if Lil Nas X was going to, move forward with those type of videos, that he will make it a learning process for a young black kid to understand coming out and being LGBT, instead of taking it straight to the boom. He letting it all out, even though he was doing your thing or not. That I ain't gonna, bruh. You killed the nose. That right here, kill it. But we got to think about the narrative. In the video, he descends from, earth and goes to hell, and he's performing with the devil, and it's just like certain things like that, speaking, meaning the video, and we don't get a chance, or we should jump ahead or be able to get a chance to explain to these kids what this is. So again, if my son sees it, I'm gonna ask him if he's seen it or whatever. Excuse me. And it can be a conversation that we can have, and I will explain, what it is and blah, blah, blah. You understand that? But it's just, you got to understand, it's like 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds watching this. And, I know that being LGBT is not just something that just happens. We're born like it. We feel it when we was little. Y'all can go look at my Insta, my Facebook, Envy the Leo Barron. I was a dyke since I was a little one. I barely wore dresses. So, this is not a phase. It's not. And I don't want us to be represented as we're just promiscuous and ratchet, because we're not. We're so much more. So much more. And I know he's going to get a lot of criticism. And I know I may be starting with the criticism just by, judging if I would want my son to watch the video, but, listening and hearing everyone's opinion, it opened up my own mind to be like, you know what? It's nothing that you can hide from a child at this age right now, because you know what? Everything is out there, guys. It's on the internet. It's on TV. It's in our music. It's everywhere. We got younger teachers. It's something that we can't, run from. So I understand a little bit more as to, not being so closed in as, I'm not going to let my son watch this. So he's not going to be allowed to watch this video, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, he's 13. But, our education and educating our kids, people, it starts at home. It definitely starts at home, and that's what I'm saying. I can jump in and choose to allow my son to, excuse me for a minute. I can choose to allow what I will allow my son to watch. That's my choice. You understand me as a parent, and I can, I have been. First of all, it's not I can be. Let's not get it twisted. Again, I am an LGBT mom, and I have been teaching my son about the LGBT community for years because at the end of the day, I wanted him to accept the community because he has a mom in this community. And having a stud mom or a dyke mom, as I can say, it's different for a kid. So I had to go through those steps with my son as he was younger. So he knows a lot about the LGBT community and everything like that. So, he's not closed in. But, as to the videos and all that, with all that, I feel like I would rather close him in just a little bit because I feel like these kids are being introduced to this a little bit too soon to where, I'm even seeing, if I'm not mistaken, when I was on TikTok once, I see the little 2-year-old, his mom had him on the thing and he was talking about he was gay, and he could barely even say the word gay. But, that's what he was saying. And I understand it starts from the people. Well, I do. I understand. We know who we are as from young, but it's all about educating. What about educating? We didn't have the opportunity for our parents or anyone to educate us about the LGBT community when we were younger and we were coming out, we were coming up, and that goes all the way back from generations. I'm an 80s baby. This been happening way before I was born or any of my people were born. So we got to understand that we never had the opportunity to be educated because we had to hide. We had to be closed in as to who we were. So I can understand, being free, everybody just blossoming right now, and it's just boom, 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 it's all over the place. But I do want us to be mindful that we do have kids watching, and if we are going to represent ourselves in such a manner, which is being ourselves and being free, let's make it a little bit more educational as to who we are, why we are who we are, and if a person feels or can understand what are the ways or the things that they can look out for, and be a little bit more educational to these kids. Stop putting so much sex and promiscuity in front of them and being like, okay, boom, this is the LGBT community. Stop, you gay men out there. I don't care about all that gay shit because I love my gay men. I even bag facts. But stop being out there putting your hands on females, bro. It's not cool. That shit look tacky as hell. We will still respect you for being who you are as a feminine gay male or whatever. You don't have to put your hands on females and do all that, bro. That's extra shit. Yeah, I ain't got to do all that. Listen, I ain't perfect in no sort of way. I got my own flaws, and I'm learning from each and every one of you and each and every one of my viewers and my speakers that I have on my Clubhouse podcast. And if you're not following me on Clubhouse, make sure you do. Queen Leo, I'm up in there. We talking about any and everything: rape, molestation, domestic violence, secrets in a black household. This is the brave, the bold, and the ugly truth. Again, new podcast. What's up? I'm Queen Leo, and I'm in the building. And yeah, we are going to talk about some tough topics. Tough topics. And again, I would like all y'all feedback just about this. This is my first YouTube, I'm doing. And I'm giving my all. I'm just giving myself. You understand? I'm giving who I am as a person. And I'm ready. Because I know there's going to be a lot of backlash just about the conversation. But gay men, I'm not bashing y'all. I love y'all. We all family. Even if you're not LGBTQ. We all family regardless or not. We are all equal either way. And I want us to remember that. We are equal, and now in the LGBTQ community, we are getting more equal as the heterosexuals. And I want us to hold that badge in a very respectable manner. You understand me? And represent ourselves when we out on the street, when we do these little things. Because guess what? That's the new trend now, right now. Being gay is it. So, if we are going to represent ourselves in this community, please, for the LGBT community, represent ourselves well. In the restaurants, in the clubs, do all that. Gay men, stop putting your hands on females. You understand? You got a problem with a girl? Ask your homegirl to handle it. You ain't got to put your hands on a female. It's domestic violence. Assault. It is what it is. You can't do it. And we can't keep on allowing ourselves to be represented in a manner of disrespectful and ratchet and just doing all that. We better than that. We way better than that. We are way better than that, people. So let's come together. Let's discuss. Let's have this conversation. Again, I'm Queen Leo. Thank you for joining in. This is my first YouTube. I'm here, and I'm going to stay here. Episode 1, The Bold, the Brave, and the Ugly True. Let's get it. Let's try to change. You be the change you want, man. That's what we got to do. We got to be the change we want. And I'm here. And I want to say this. And I want to say this nice and clear to everybody that's out there that's not even in the LGBT community. To all my people that are out there that's suffering with mental health issues, I'm here for you. Tune in with me. All my LGBT kids that are being put out because of who they are, I'm here for you. This is why I'm starting this. This is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for y'all. And I need y'all to tune in to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Because I'm about to bring awareness to y'all. I'm about to bring awareness. I was raised in a foster care system. So to all my foster care kids, to all my excuse me, to all my young kids out there being kicked out because they LGBTQ, so all my kids just being kicked out there just because they ain't got no support, no parent support, reach out, tune into this show, because you know what, if I can't help you any other way, I'm going to help you locally and through this show. You understand me? And with my subscribers that are going to be tuning in, we're going to try to build a home so we can support some kids. I got my co-partner, Yvette Barron. She'll be tuning into some of these shows, mostly all of them. I'm telling you, greatness. I know this is just a little rough sketch, but I'm not going to edit nothing. I'm going to give y'all all of me, every little inch of me. And to understand, people, please understand. This LGBT is not no trend. This is for life. This is what we was born into. And I'm trying to reach out to all my LGBT. We need to get into a tighter community and come together and know what we shouldn't be doing and what should be allowed. Because just like I was saying, it's just like a game. You understand me? You can't go to the Chinese and say no crazy shit. You don't see the Russians doing that. It just like it, put yourself in that perspective. We got to start taking ourselves seriously. Not alone just taking ourselves seriously, but making sure people take us seriously. The industry take us seriously. Our jobs take us seriously. Because we are the ones that are making everything happen. Fashion, everything, we are behind it. Just because we LGBT doesn't take anything from us as people. It doesn't. Let's make sure what we are allowing our kids to see and know that not even allowing, because sometimes it's not about allowing your kids to see these type of things because they are put in front of them. So it's hard to have that boundary of parental control when you got the internet, you got everything like what we have and what the kids have now. So it's hard to have that parental control. So what we got to do is we got to start being aware, and we got to start educating properly about LGBTQ, and not just making it seem like it's some fun type of thing, because no, it is hard out here for us. It is hard out here for us. Black women, black men, any culture, any race in the LGBTQ, it is hard for them. Let me make that clear. So again, I want us to come together and let's talk about anything. And if anybody have some great topics that you would like to discuss, please comment below and hit me up, and I will respond to your comments. Again, I'm Queen Leo. This is my first time doing the bold, the brave, and the ugly truth. And I'm here coming straight from NY. Blah, 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 blah. We in the building, baby. Later.